Boy, I'm gonna get some hate from this shit. But you know what? Let's do it. I'm gonna state the most obvious thing. A lot of people from the city of Jackson, a lot of people from Jackson State, the offices down there in SWAC land, the SWAC in general, hell, HBCU land in general, every college in Mississippi, some in Louisiana, FCS in general. Jackson State's a cash cow. Jackson State is where you go when you want to cash out. Let me explain it to you real quick. Every single stadium Jackson State played in the last 2 years, besides the Celebration Bowl and the Orange Boxing Classic, every college football stadium Jackson played in the last 2 years, hell, the last 4 years, have had the biggest attendance figures of that stadium for the year. I want you to understand that what I'm telling you. Going to play at ULM, biggest attendance. Playing at Texas State, biggest attendance. Playing anywhere in the SWAC, biggest attendance. Any road game that Jackson State has had in the last 4 years has been the biggest game at that college stadium. So for people who got Twitter fingers and want to talk shit, I said college stadium in the last 4 years. Jackson State is a cash cow. When you need money, you call on Jackson, with or without Coach Prime. One thing you know, you're going to have the most media coverage of any HBCU team out there. Norfolk State can go on there and hire Michael Vick. Go and get Deshaun Jackson, Delaware State. Don't mean the damn thing. Coach Berry can do what he wants to do with South Carolina State. Coach Oliver can keep talking his trash at NC Central. You can put out all the lists you want saying Jackson State is not a blue blood. Jackson State is the equivalency of the Dallas Cowboys. You may hate them, you may love them, but there's going to be two things going to happen. You're going to talk about their ass. And second, they're on TV. You're going to watch. That also trickles down not only just to the attendance figures for these stadiums, but also for these YouTubers in general. I'm not hating on anybody. I'll give much respect to everybody out there. But let's call a spade a spade. And I'm very aware of my numbers. And I'm very aware that I'm part of the same problem. If you want to have numbers on your video and eyes on your video, you just mentioned Jackson State. But the question is, why is that? You can't say the people of Mississippi are the ones talking a lot because, look, I know G talks a lot. But Alcorn fans don't get online like Jackson fans. Valley fans don't support their team like Jackson fans do. Hell, in the FCS, Montana doesn't support. There are people who cut their teeth on HBCUs and try to wiggle in the Montana, North Dakota states and shit. And they know they get no views with them, so they come back to the well with Jackson all the time. What I'm saying to you people is very simple. Jackson State's the cash cow of the FCS. When football season starts, you're going to watch how many of these channels that left and followed Coach Prime are still going to mention Jackson. Because there's something about the city of Jackson. Not just Jackson State, something about the city of Jackson. As a black person, it makes you feel like it's from the outside looking in. You see the potential of the city of Jackson. You think Jackson State is the shining light on the hill, making a come up. Something about the city and the people of Jackson, Mississippi, that attracts the vision and mentality of black people in America. So I understand Mississippi is the blackest state And I know Atlanta is considered the HBCU mecca, and DC is Chocolate City. But it's something about Jackson. Maybe it's because the fact it's one of the biggest cities HBCUs are in. You can go ahead and say about DC and Howard, true. But you're looking at Orangeburg, you're looking at Grambling, Pine Bluff, Prairie View. Houston doesn't support TSU like Jackson State is supported by Jackson, Mississippi. When you have a city and a region and a whole culture behind you, that is the cash cow. Jackson, Mississippi begs for more Jackson State content. Jackson State, to its own hindrance, is not putting out enough stuff. I'm not talking about the videos. Don't get me up there with APV visuals. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the college itself. A lot of people say we don't want to have the white man's ice, it's cold, and we don't want to go over there where the grass makes it greener. I get you. But the amount of stuff the city of Jackson will support from Jackson State and the state of Mississippi will support will make Jackson State an actual mint. I did videos before about certain schools. I ain't gonna name the names in South Texas that put out barbecue sauce, beer, salsa, hell, everything you think of, condiments, just to go ahead and get more money for NIL. And this is the year where the proof will be in their pudding on the NIL. But imagine if Jackson State would have did the same thing at the same time frame. Yeah, we know that they had an NIL with the number 2 barbecue sauce and stuff, and that was all nice and dandy. That went on to one person. All this money is going to one school. Can you imagine what Ashley Robinson can do with extra $45 million? Can you imagine what Ashley can do with $45 million? The stadium that Jackson wants to build allegedly costs $84 million. That does not have to be paid all at one time. Jackson State averages around $2 million per home game in ticket sales if they do it correctly. Jackson State is who you call when your numbers ain't right. Am I lying? I know a lot of hate on this internet thing. A lot of people gonna hate. People from Southern, from Baton Rouge, and the people from Montana are gonna hate. People from North Dakota State say, "Well, we won 97 straight titles and shit. We beat all these FCS schools and FBS schools, and we damn near beat Colorado." And I get you. The only school that can even come close to being the cash cow that Jackson State is North Dakota State, because of the fact people want to beat the crap out of North Dakota State. Same thing with Jackson State. People want to beat the crap out of Jackson State. It's just the cockiness. Do you notice all of these schools? And I'm giving props to Coach Prime. All of these schools, the Georgias, the Bamas, the Texas, hell, the North Dakota State, the Sacramento States, all these schools are copying Jackson State's playbook from 2021. Every one of these schools should owe Jackson State a dividend, a residual, if you will. Y'all putting rap music in the videos. Apparently, everybody they recruit, apparently all these new players that are going to these colleges are just thugs. Every one of them has a gold chain. Every one of them has tats everywhere. All of them have grills for the video shoot only. When they leave the video shoot, all that goes away. Jackson State was just being themselves, showing who the hell they really were. Fun-loving, very dedicated, educational-wise, black men about their business. All these other schools are just using Jackson State's playbook to show the bad side of storytelling. There was a guy named Russ, rapper, white guy, I believe. He said a lot of these rappers coming up nowadays are getting popular because of white kids' Instagram story pages. They're pretending to be, they're only promoting what they see black culture as. And these schools, these Tennessees, Georgias, Alabamas, hell, North Dakota State, Sacramento, hell, Tarleton State, they're doing the same thing. Jackson State has toned down that frame because they saw the bad it was doing, painting their children, their kids, their young men as less than. But it was already out of the bag. They saw the cash they can get from being like Jackson State. They saw how they can make their school appeal to the black kids who are going to start appealing and thinking about going back to the HBCUs. But they saw the cash. Then they said, well, we can give them a bag of money, something HBCUs cannot do, something Jackson State cannot do. I don't know why Coach Prime left Jackson, but Jackson is the epitome and it is the shining light of HBCUs. Say what you want to say about it being a blue blood. Say what you want to say about it not being on the level of Grambling, South Carolina State. Shit. Yeah, that's basically all I see. Tennessee State. Say what you want to say about that. But Jackson is the lifeline for HBCUs, especially in the SWAC. If you don't believe me, look at the numbers of the Florida Classic, of Florida Blossom, Orange Blossom Classic. There you go. After Jackson left. Look at the Southern Heritage Classic after Jackson left. Watch the numbers that blow up in Vegas when Jackson shows up for his Grambling. Coach Simmons, man, I'm just trying to tell you, Jackson got to start producing their own. I don't mean content. So, no, Ken, I'm not talking about your content, bruh. I'm saying Jackson got to start putting out more stuff that they own. Because everybody's getting cash from Jackson, but Jackson. Once again, it's Coach Simmons. Have a good day.